Hello students, let's solve one more question paper problem. Question number 9, question paper 2018. Okay, let's start. Mr. Kiran carries on his own business for the year ending 31st-3-2017. His trading and profit and loss account was as follows. To opening stock, purchases, salaries, rent, bonus, printing and stationery, miscellaneous expenditure, advertising. So all this is business expense, not a problem. Now drawings, 12,000. Drawings is not a P&L item. It should come in the capital account, correct? So you have to remove these drawings. To remove these drawings, you have to add 12,000. LIC premium. LIC premium 5,000. This LIC premium is personal expenditure. So again 5,000 you will add. Car expenses, driver salary, petrol and repair. Fine. Property tax. Now property tax is like municipal tax. Okay. Now property tax for the house in which he is staying, suppose self-occupied house or let out property, you will not consider it here. So you will add it back. Now property tax for a business property in which business is carried out. A person might have 2 properties or 3 properties. In one property he is conducting his business. So property tax of that property is a business expenditure. So property tax of a business property is business expenditure. Okay. Property tax of self-occupied property or property tax of let out property should be treated separately, so you have to add. Okay. Next, medical insurance of family 6,000. This is personal, so you will add 6,000. Sales is given. Closing stock, interest on debenture. Interest on debenture is income from other source. Discount received, rent of staff quarters. Okay, discount received is indirect income. Rent of staff quarters, that is also indirect income. Okay, so in your credit side only interest on debenture is income from other source. All other things relates to the business itself, so nothing about it. You are not supposed to do anything about it. Okay, now let's see adjustments. Advertisement expenses included cost of 20 gift pack of rupees 1,100 each presented to leading esteemed customers. Okay, so gifts which to the clients, to the customers on occasion of Diwali. So you want to maintain good relationship with your clients, so you are giving gift to your clients. This is business expenditure. This is not personal expenditure. This is a business expenditure. Okay, so gift to client is a business expenditure. So you are not supposed to do anything about this first adjustment. Okay. Next, the car was used for both business and personal purpose. Two-third is used for business purpose. Two-third is used for business purpose. That means 1/3 is used for personal purpose. So 1/3 you will add back. Okay. So car expenses, there are 2 car expenses. One is driver salary and petrol and repairs. So 1/3 of 6,000 and 1/3 of 12,000 you have to add back because those expenses are personal expense. Next, property tax of rupees 4,000 is in respect of self-occupied house property. Okay, whose rental value is 18,000. Okay, fine. So this property tax of 4,000 is for a self-occupied house property. Correct? So it is not a business expenditure. So what you will do? This 4,000 you have to add back because it is personal or income to be treated separately. Next, closing stock is undervalued by 10%. Okay. Closing stock is undervalued by 10%. What are you supposed to do? How much is the closing stock? 2,52,000. Okay. Now this is my trading and P&L account. My closing stock is 2,52,000. and my net profit is some amount. Okay, I don't remember it. It is some amount. Now, if my closing stock is undervalued, okay, if my closing stock is undervalued, my net profit will also be understated. Correct? If my opening stock is undervalued, my net profit is overstated. Right? Closing stock is in the credit side. Right? So when closing stock is undervalued, my net profit is also undervalued. Okay, my net profit is also understated. Fine. So closing stock was understated by 10%. That means this is only 90%. So if 2,52,000 is 90%, that means it is understated by 10%, right? So how much is the 10%? So 2,52,000 divided by 90 into 10. 2,52,000 into 90. Sorry. 2,52,000 divided by 90 into 10. It comes to 28,000. That means it is understated by 28,000. Your net profit is also understated by 28,000. Because it is understated by 28,000, you have to add 28,000 to your net profit. Okay? If closing stock is understated, if closing stock is undervalued, your net profit is understated, so you have to add. If closing stock is overvalued, your net profit is overstated, so you have to subtract. Okay? In case of opening stock, if opening stock is undervalued, your net profit is overvalued. So your net profit is overstated, you will subtract. If opening stock is overvalued, your net profit is understated. So you will add. Okay? Write it down somewhere. So in this case, closing stock is undervalued by 10%. So 10% comes to 28,000. So you will add 28,000 to net profit. Okay? That was the last adjustment. Compute his business income. So only business income you are supposed to compute. Okay? So let's compute. Computation of income from business. Three columns, particulars, amount. Okay, write down net profit as per P&L account. It is 18,45,000. Add disallowed expenses expenses to be treated separately. Disallowed expenses, expenses to be treated separately. I think that's it. Okay. So when you see your P&L account, you can see drawings and LIC premium 12,000, 5,000. Correct? Drawings and LIC premium. 12,000, 5,000. And medical insurance of family, that is also personal. Okay. Now property tax 4,000 is also there in your P&L account, but you don't know that property tax belongs to business property or house property. Correct? So when you see in your P&L account, you can think that it belongs to business property. So if property tax belongs to business property, then it is business expense. But when you see the adjustments, you come to know that property tax belongs to self-occupied property. So you have to add that 4,000 also. Okay. Now car was used for both business and personal purpose. 2/3 is used for business purpose. That means 1/3 is used for personal purpose. So personal expenses, which is car expenses, driver salary, petrol and repairs. So these are personal expenses, correct? 4,000 and 6,000. No, it was 6,000 and 12,000. Driver salary 6,000, petrol and repairs 12,000. So 1/3 of 6,000 is 2,000. 1/3 of 12,000 is 4,000. So these are personal expenses. So you will add it. Right? Next, property tax of rupees 4,000 is in respect of self-occupied house property. So property tax. This property tax you are adding because this property tax belongs to self-occupied property. If property tax belongs to business property, then you will not add. Okay? Then it is business expense only, which is allowed. So property tax 4,000. And last adjustment, closing stock is undervalued by 10%. Closing stock is undervalued by 10%. That means net profit is understated. Net profit is understated. That's why you have to add it. Correct? So add undervaluation of closing stock. By 10%. So 2,52,000 is 90. How much is 10? Which comes to 28,000. We have already calculated. Total it and write in the outer column. 12,000 plus 5,000 plus 6,000 plus 2,000 plus 4,000 plus 4,000 plus 28,000. It comes to 61,000. Less income to be treated separately. Allowed expenses. There's only one item in your P&L account which has to be treated separately. Interest on debentures, 2,000, because it is income from other source, right? So interest on debentures, there is only one item, so I'll write in the outer column itself. $2,000. Let's subtract 2,000. Okay. 18,45,000 plus 61,000. It comes to 19,06,000. 19,06,000 minus 2,000. 19,04,000. This is your income from business. Okay.